And we are back, people. We are back. Yes, we are back. And you know why I'm excited? You know why I'm excited? It's not because it's the Jazz versus Pacers. Of course, I'm excited to see some Jazz play. But we got to trade. We got to trade. We got to trade. And I know. Hold on. Well, I see there's already some comments there in the chat. Boy, hey, we have Jaren Jackson Jr. Guys, that deserves. We got Jaren Jackson Jr. We got a guy who plays defense, who's athletic, who can play in two positions, who's a former defensive player of the year. And we got him at the Utah Jazz. What a great trade that is. The Angels should be happy. Jazz fans should be happy. I know I'm happy. I can tell you that right now. I see Victim of Fate that says JJJ just traded to the Jazz. Yup. My guess is that he probably did that a little while ago. What's up, Wondering Wizard? Hope you're doing well. I haven't heard from you in a while. How's it going? I'm going to give you my thoughts about the trade. I'm super ecstatic about the trade. I think this is this is better than what I ever thought the Jazz were going to do. Like, I knew the Jazz were going to address the defensive side. I thought it was going to be more so the draft. I thought, bringing in a guy like AJ DeBansto, who I know plays some pretty good defense, Cam Boozer through the trade. Maybe, trading for some guys that are already played, defense, but not necessarily going to be that top tier talent defensively, because that's what Jaren Jackson's given you. Like, this is the best possible defensive player the Jazz could have gotten, beyond the shadow of a doubt. And I just can't believe that they actually pulled it off. This puts the Jazz in a great position next season. We have to understand that this season, I know he's also injured now. I saw he's got a left tear contusion like a couple of days ago, when he was supposed to when they were looking to prep for the Minnesota game for the Grizzlies, and he still was questionable. He's got a quad contusion, is what the exact wordings is. But this is great. Really, really good. All right, we got a couple of more comments there. Yeah, I figured as much. Because I was at work, and I saw the news dropped about 2:30, and then I saw you put like a comment on another video, but like you must have put a comment there on the actual like live that I had already set up. But yeah, like it's like I didn't see it exactly when it happened, but thank you very much for the comment. Much appreciated there, Victim of Fate. Wondering Wizard says we didn't even give up too much facts. We did not even give up too much. Yes, we gave up the 3 first-round draft picks, and you know what? You never know what could happen with those draft picks. But I could tell you, if you're looking at it analytically, next year's draft, the 2027 draft, is supposed to be not that great. Like I don't know if it's as bad as the 2024 draft, like the Cody Williams draft. I don't know if it's bad as that, but I've been told it's pretty weak. So for the Jazz to give up a couple of picks from the 2027 draft and also the 2031 draft, I believe, I think that's pretty fair. And then you have a situation whereby the players that we gave up, like understandable, Kyle Anderson, Georges Niang, you expected them to go. Taylor Hendricks, he is that's the one where like you gotta say it was kind of coming with Taylor Hendricks. I know everybody's been like, oh, you can't judge Taylor because he had that injury where he missed the whole of last season. But if you compare Taylor Hendricks to Walter Clayton Jr., if you go and compare him to Cody Williams and Kyle Filipowski, like, and even Ace Bailey, like, he still is beneath all of them. So the way how I see it is he's the one that has to go. The only one out of them where I'm like, it's a bit of a gut punch. It has to be Walter Clayton Jr. Like, I think got lots of potential. Still, I think needs time to adapt to the NBA. I spoke to one of my friends earlier on today just via message via WhatsApp, and he was saying that like Walt was one of his favorites. He plays the game pretty slow, but like he's gonna have to adapt. And that's something that unfortunately he's not going to get time to do that with the Jazz. But I just think that Keontae George really playing the one. You got Isaiah Collier there playing really well and also showing that he has a unique skill set whereby he's someone there that you want to keep. And he only plays one position, which limits what Walter Clayton Jr. is going to do. And now that you're bringing Jaren Jackson in there, it now means that at the 2, Ace Bailey's probably going to be at the 2, along with probably Bryce Sensabaugh and Svi Mihailuk. And I'm telling you this right now, like the Jazz are going to have to make another decision when it comes to that guard spot. Check this out, right? Like Tony Jones, who hold on, I'm going to share my screen now in case you guys don't believe me. We're going to get to the game. This game is going to have to play right because this trade, this is big. This is big, 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 big. Like, but before I get to the comments there, like this is what it is. Tony Jones, if you don't know who Tony Jones is, Tony Jones is a journalist. I think he's still with The Athletic, right? Last couple of years, he's been the beat writer for the Jazz, but now like he's a beat writer for the 76ers. And he's saying, and I quote, I'm hearing the Jazz may not be done. These are his words. Look, covering the Sixers and the NBA, the Athletic Hoops addict, like this guy has contacts. Knows. So if you're a Jazz fan, it ain't over. It ain't over. It ain't over. Jazz still got something going on. They still got something going on. And whatever it is that's going to happen, whatever it is, like I don't think it's going to be obviously Lowry. I don't think it's going to be Keontae. And I don't think it's going to be Isaiah or Ace. I have a feeling that now you're kind of stacked at the guard position. Bryce, Svi Mihailuk might be something involved in there. I don't know what that's going to look like. Maybe the Jazz might try to get a second round pick for this upcoming draft. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But like something's going to happen because I trust Tony Jones. See, D-Rom says right here, Says right here, I trust Tony Jones 100%. Yes. If he's saying the Jazz aren't over, they ain't, like, it's not over. Now, what that looks like, I'm only speculating that, Bryce Sensabaugh and Svi Mihailuk might be involved. That's only my speculation. But how it is right now, whew, it ain't over for the Jazz. All right, we got a couple of comments there. Before I even get into the game, I gotta put up the comment. Victor Faith says, "What's good, Hoopstatics? I'm doing good." D-Rom also said, "Finally some defense." Yeah, and we went big on defense. That's the part that I love. That is the part that I love. Like, we went big on defense. We didn't try to skirt it in any way. We didn't try to just go like, oh, we're going to try to get like a few little nice pieces here. Like, 'cause that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking one of the kids at the Pistons and one of the kids at the Bucks. He's an Andre Jackson from the Bucks. I'd heard talks about, and then the kid from the Pistons. Oh my God, can't remember. He got drafted last year with Cody. It'll come to me at some point. But I'm just I'm all over the place. Like, I have not been able to concentrate all afternoon at work because I've had this on my mind. Victor Murphy says George looking promising at the point, and with Lowry and JJJ now in front court with both 7-footers, that's an easy 6+ rebounds a night. Yes. Completely agree. Like, it's great. Absolutely fantastic. Victor Faith also says you just need a backup PG and a forward who can shoot and stretch the floor. Well, our backup, our point guard is Isaiah Collier. So it's either going to be Keontae George. Keontae George for me will start, and then Isaiah Collier will be that kind of plan B option and also be a backup as well. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. Like, they made that decision on Walter Clayton, where the Jazz are solidifying what they want. And this also brings up other questions now, like, who do they go with in the draft? Because now you got 2 point guards there. Like, you don't need to have a third point guard. You got two. You already got your forwards. Well, maybe you probably might need another small forward. Another wing. So, like, just like what you said, Victor Mafate, like, yeah, they probably need like another 3-man. I think that's what it is. They probably need another 3-man to play. You know, ideally, AJ DeBansto would be that guy. But you know, you never know with the draft. And I mean, even though I don't believe it's random, I think it's quite fixed. But I don't know what Adam Silver those are thinking. But if you get AJ, woo, it's gonna be great. You say you need a veteran point guard. See, I used to think that at the beginning of this season, but unless you get someone that can, you'd have to get someone that can play multiple positions for me. If you're gonna go get like a vet, because I thought that at the beginning of the season the Jazz should be looking to have a vet, you know, a vet guard, a vet forward, and a vet 5. Like, that's the way how I would be doing it. But I just, yeah, I'm not sure where that's the direction they're going to go, but I understand that thought. It's funny that you say Conley, because Conley was with the Jazz. Like, the Jazz traded him. Schroeder, I don't think that we could get. Conley, I think, is going to get bought out. That's what they're talking about right now. So it's yeah, it's not going to be Conley. And Schroeder, I don't know how many years left he has on his deal, because like he would be a good kind of backup point guard. You know, he could play 2 guard as well. Got tons of experience. Like, that actually be pretty good. But then what do you do? Because then you still got Bryce Sensabaugh, Svi Mihailuk, Ace Bailey's going to play the 2. You know, now you put yourself in a position where you're going to have too many too many guys. So somebody's gonna have to go, and that's the biggest question there. Like, who else is gonna go? And that, screen, when I shared my screen showing you Tony Jones's Twitter feed, like that's exactly what I mean. When if he's saying it ain't over, that might be it. But I don't know. I don't know what that's gonna look like. But well, whilst this game is going on, I'll frequently be taking a look at Twitter and kind of keeping you guys updated on what's going on. You guys, I'm sure you guys also looking there as well. You'll be keeping me updated on what's going on too. But yeah, we're gonna have some great discussions going on right now because I think the Jazz have put themselves in a fantastic position for next season. I think that is a great signal right now, and even if like a lot of these former players have said that they don't want to go to Utah. Like Jaren Jackson just signed his deal. Like the Jazz are not going to have to worry about this for him looking to stay in Utah for quite a while now. So the Jazz are in a great position, real good position. Um, yeah, both got traded. I heard Conley. Where's Conley? Conley's at what, Chicago now? I know whoever he's with right now. There were talks on he might end up getting bought out, Mike Conley, because he can go to like the Rockets, and he's on a vet minimum, and he hasn't got long to go, and I don't know what his plans are for next season, but like who knows? He probably only got like a year left, in terms of his career. This is big. This is big, D-Rom. This is a big point. Watch the bench tonight. See who doesn't play. I see they pan to Svima Hyluk and Bryce Sensabaugh. And I was just like, yeah, those are the guys that if you're gonna make a trade, like they're the ones left that really have value. Like if you're gonna make a trade, it's gonna be one of them two, if not both, and maybe some more draft picks. And I don't like talking about especially the young guys because I kind of feel sorry for them because the way how we as fans we treat them like objects, but I yeah, it's gonna be them too. It's gonna be them too for sure. So I probably should pan to the game now. So Pacers Jazz now. I haven't watched much of the game. I've been watching the screen and watching you guys. And I think so far, I can't even tell you what the score is. The score is Pacers are up by 15 right now. Game is back on, but we're gonna still kind of openly talk about the trades and what's going on and how things are. But right now you got Filipowski out there, Ace Bailey's out there, Lowry's also playing. Who else we got? Cody's playing and Isaiah Collier is playing. Victim of Fate says, "Good thing they keeping the core Hornets, so my team is good right now." I don't think Hornets are going to make any single trade. Honestly, Victim of Fate. I think like Hornets will actually try to go for the playoffs, see what happens, and if it doesn't, fine. Like, and if it does, great. I think they're going to ride it out and see how good that team is. I think that's the best thing that they could do when you think about everything that's going on with them. Like trading right now for the Hornets would be insane. You know, see what they do this season. Then maybe in the off season you could go up and make some changes. But right now, nah. Hold on. Okay. Victim of Fate says, I'm surprised Lowry is playing. I think he has to because Keontae George is out. Like he rolled his ankle a couple of games ago. So I actually don't think Keontae is playing. No, Keontae is not playing in this game. Like Keontae is out. So like I know the Jazz are are tanking, but they have to at least like they have to at least put up some type of image that they're trying. Like for them to go up and not play Lowry and Keontae is like genuinely injured, it would just be a biggest slap in the face to all the fans out there who paid money and traveled to go watch the game, and they won't even go up and play their guys. And again, I'm not sure if Lowry's just going to be enough in this game. Maybe they might get the win, but like this is a Pacers team that they have lots of injuries, but I think they still got Pascal Siakam. Aaron Neesmith is I think is healthy with them. As a matter of fact, what am I talking about? I could just read out like who's playing. So we got Jarris Walker, Johnny Furphy, Jay Huff, Ben Shepherd, and Cameron Jones. So they're also tanking as well. Because all of these guys are basically bench players and guys struggling to get on the team. And as a matter of fact, Aaron Neesmith isn't even playing, and neither is Pascal Siakam. Ethan Thompson, Isaiah Jackson, and Quentin Jackson. Boy, there's lots of Jacksons there today. We got Isaiah Jackson, Quentin Jackson, and Jaren Jackson. Gotta love Jacksons. They running an 8-man squad right now. They definitely trading people. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. Like Bryce Sensabaugh is in the game now, so maybe he might be fine. But there is Svi Mihailuk that we also got to watch out. Like, isn't like he's not playing, but he is on the bench. Let me... All right, we got Cameron Jones there passing it out. Who's the big fella in number 12 there? Like he's massive. That's Johnny Furphy, but Johnny Furphy's big. I thought Johnny Furphy was like a god. All right, Jazz ball right now. Isaiah Collier that passes it to Philip. Oh, Filipowski gets. Oh man, Philip. See, this isn't good. See, this is why you need a Jaren Jackson right now because Filipowski is going to be a better player. I have been talking all season that Filipowski is a 4 and has to play the 4, but he would do way better if you play him with someone that is athletic who can jump, run, and dunk, and who's got that length. And even though Filipowski is a 5, like I think if you play Filipowski at the 5 with a Jaren Jackson could do all the center type moves. He's got some good post moves there. Filipowski is going to be a better player because of that, playing with him. Speaking of Svi Mihailuk is in the game. Oh my God. You know who I noticed isn't on the bench? Kevin Love. Kevin Love might get traded. Even though I think he's oh, see, there you go. Like literally, like victim of fate. Like we're on the ball on this one. Kevin Love isn't on the bench. And I'm sure there's nothing wrong with him. He played in what, a couple of games ago? Yeah. Played a couple of games ago. Like they could trade him. Especially if Kevin Love wants to play for a team that's trying to win a championship, like He could get traded. I don't think that he has much trade value, to be honest, just because of his age, and like his contract runs out at the end of the season. So unless he goes to a contender who just like they need an extra body, like I really doubt it. But like it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. All right, Pacers up 21-16 right now. I gotta say the Jazz look like they're a little bit all over the place. I wonder what is on their minds because I'm sure this trade, especially to some of the guys who haven't really experienced, like especially like a rook. You know what it is for a rook to get traded? Oof. Like Walter Clayton Jr. getting traded like that was something. But it's what it is. Victim of Fate says Kevin Love to the Rockets or Spurs. No, like the Rockets, no. Spurs have enough vet that like they wouldn't need him unless there's something else going on with those teams where like we just don't know. But nah, I yeah, something must be going on. I'm very much curious to find out what's gonna happen. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to take a quick break here. I'll be right back. We got a few minutes left here in the first quarter, but we're going to be here. We're going to talk some basketball. Of course, the trade is the big thing. So yeah, there's going to be lots of comments there. To all the four people there, if you haven't commented about the trade, please comment about the trade. I'll get back to you after the break. But it's exciting times now for the Jazz, for sure. Oh, I did it again. Damn it. Okay, my bad. My bad. Okay, I'll repeat what I was saying. So when you talked about Nurk Anderson and Love were all listed as out with illness, I do think that I think Nurkic is going to stay. Nurkic for me is the reason why the Jazz were even showing any interest in Jaren Jackson to begin with, in my opinion, because I think that playing him, seeing what he was able to give for the Jazz, that versatility, something that they just don't have. I think that's what the Jazz are looking to keep. Now, if Yusuf Nurkic isn't going to stay, or he's going to ask for more money because his deal runs out at the end of the season, and it'd be great to keep him. But like, if he wants like 15 mil, then like nah, it's gonna have to be a no on that front. But if he's asking for something sensible, like 7, 8, 10 mil to be a backup center, like I think that's pretty fair. I do. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. We got literally 5 seconds left in this first quarter. Pacers are up by 8 right now. 32-34. That first quarter, we've just been all in excitement mode right now. Isaiah Coley is going to go to the line to shoot 2 right now, but wow. What a day. All right, Isaiah misses the first one, makes the second one. Jazz are down by 7. All right, that's it. First quarter is ended. I'm gonna stay and talk some basketball. Yeah, my TV wasn't live. Well, I mean the Xbox wasn't live. I think I had some connection issues earlier on, and then yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy. D-Rum says, "I hope we keep Nurkic. I think Love and Svi are being shopped. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me because even though I think Svi Mykhailiuk is a better player than Bryce Sensabaugh, I just think that the Jazz will still want at least another season to kind of develop Bryce and see just what they can get from Bryce. And if things don't work out with Bryce from there, then think things don't work out for him. But I think what the Jazz are doing right now, like I don't know what they're trying to do. My guess is that they're trying to go get maybe like a second round pick. I mean, it'd be great if they got a first round pick, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But like, who else are they thinking about? Like that's the big question. Who else are the Jazz thinking about? Because I think it's incredible. Like I did not see this coming. Shout out to the 4 people there in the chat. Much appreciated. It is exciting times here for the Jazz. Jazz, if you have already made a trade closer to the trade deadline and they get Jaren Jackson Jr. And I'm watching the game and they've got commercial after commercial. They've got Jaren Jackson already in Utah Jazz, like jerseys in a white jersey. And obviously, like he hasn't done any kind of like photos yet. So, they're all doing like Photoshop, but like, yeah. they're already advertising for season ticket holders for Utah Jazz next season. Like, renew your season ticket. Jaren Jackson, like, it's so funny. So funny with the Utah Jazz. Already looking to shop the idea of renewing season ticket holders. And you know what? On a business side, it makes complete sense. All right. We are back here for the second quarter. Just got started. Pacers there with the ball. Like, literally, who we got there for the Pacers? Pacers, we got Talon Peter. Why does that name sound familiar? I think Talon Peter was part of our summer league team. Oh, maybe he just got drafted. Yeah, that name Talon Peter sounds familiar. Larry Markin's back in the game along with Bryce Sensabaugh, Ace Bailey, Svi Mihailuk. I'm looking to see who the last one is. Yeah, so and Isaiah Collier. You know, Isaiah's definitely going to play a lot of minutes. But hey, he wanted it, he got it. All right, Larry in the line to shoot 2. Makes both of them. Jazz is still down by 8. Oh, he was. Okay, now I see why that name sounded familiar. Taylor Peter. Was he like a second round pick? Yeah, he's so far he's been pretty good. Like I've noticed him. All right, we got Ace Bailey right here. Who's he backing down there? Number 55. Who's number 55? Ethan Thompson. That's another guy. Sounds familiar. Pretty much been a bunch of warmer this season whilst getting his feet wet in the G League. Okay. All right. No, I understand that. So this is what the basketball state says. Pretty much been a much of a bench warmer this season while getting his feet wet in the G League. Okay, all right, cool. Well, this will be interesting just to see how he does. Like I don't know anything about him. It's just that like his name looked familiar, so maybe because I watched the drafts. But yeah, because I mean it looks like Pacers are, they're using this game for training. Here he goes, Peter there with a 3. Great position with him on that one. Ace Bailey kind of had it covered, but the fact that he was able to get it off is pretty good by him. Good. Again, he puts another good defense there on Bryce. Bryce drains it though. But like so far, I like this Peter kid. Taylor Peters. Oh, is it Taylor Peters or Peter? Taylor Peter. Okay. Yeah. I'll remember him. All right. Isaiah Collier out there passing to Svi Mihailuk. Svi Mihailuk there to Bryce. Bryce shoots for the 3. That's a miss. And then we got the young kid Cam Jones, or maybe not young, but old, getting a rebound on that one. On the other end, Ethan Thompson for the Pacers gets a floater over Svi Mihailuk. And now it's reset time, and Jazz have an opportunity to kind of get back into this game. 39-33 in favor of the Pacers right now. Pacers now only up by 4. All right, Peters out there. Oh, nice one for Jay Huff. Good to see him. All right, Jazz are down by 6. These Pacers team doing pretty well so far. In a way, they're kind of doing like what we're doing. The only difference is that, like you said, the basketball state is. It looks like they are like really tapping into the reserves with their G League team. A few of the kind of bench guys and some of the more older, experienced players. Missed 3 there by Jay Huff. Jazz got the ball back courtesy of Svi Mihailuk. Peter's been called for a foul on Svi Mihailuk. I think he's going to be side out, though. Yeah, side out. Jazz ball. Isaiah passes it to Bryce. Oh, that's a block there by Jay Huff. And Ace Bailey gets it on the other side. Taylor Peters just not quick enough to get the ace. And Ace there drops a three. And I've kind of been slacking on my sound effect things for the threes. But there we go. And that's a three-point shot there by Ace Bailey. That's going to be a turnover, I think. It's going to be turnover Pacers ball. Oh, still Pacers ball. All right. Jay Huff right there. He gets round. Too easy for Jay Huff. Oh, he misses. He misses on that one. Ace Bailey gets the rebound. Bryce brings it up. Bryce there tries to go around. Taylor Peter manages to drains it. Jazz take the lead 42-41 right now. We got 7 minutes, 40 seconds left in this second quarter. Cam Jones there with the ball. Taylor Peters trying to look for a three. Look, screen set by Jay Huff. Open three by Peter. That's a miss on that one. Jay Huff gets the rebound. Too easy for the Huff man. Jay Huff goes on there and gets a nice little layup, putting the Pacers back into the lead. Svima Hiluk with a three. That was not good. That gets rim and backboard. That was terrible. All right, Cam Jones. We got the number 5 there. Who was the number 5? Jairus Walker. Hold on, is that Jairus Walker? Yeah. Was he going like a new hairstyle? I didn't even recognize him. Did not recognize Jairus Walker there. He's another one I wouldn't mind for the Jazz, by the way. Speaking of trades, I really like him. He's someone, as a matter of fact, if you're still here at the basketball state, do you think that Jairus Walker will get traded? Because he's one that out of all the Pacers players, you keep hearing like Jairus Walker, third-year player. I think he's got bags of potential. Like, I really liked what he was given when I first saw him in his first season, but it just doesn't feel like he gets much of an opportunity. Do you think that the Pacers might trade Jairus Walker? Like, I could see something like that. All right. If you manage to answer that one, great. I'm going to go take a break. Game is on break right now. And we got about 6 minutes left in the second quarter, but things are moving pretty nicely. I'm still on a hype to hear Jaren Jackson is with the Jazz. Just so good. I'll be back though. I'm gonna go change my camera battery, but you guys stay tuned. And you know what? Like, one thing I haven't really been talking about. Like, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, especially if you like watch along content. This is what I do. So yeah. I'll see you guys here in a few minutes. All right, we're back now. We got a little under 6.5 minutes to go in this game. That's a three there by Cam Jones. And that rolls in. That's the first three for the Pacers I'm going to give here for this. Nice one there. Jazz get the ball back. Pacers in the lead by 1, 46-45. This is probably going to be a pretty high-scoring game from what I suggest. Svi Mykhailiuk with a three. That's another one. There we go. All right, Ben Shepherd is in the game now. That should probably help the Pacers a lot. He's got lots of experience playing the two-guard. Ben Shepherd with a three. That's nothing but air. Svi Mykhailiuk now has the ball now. He brings it up the court. Svi Mykhailiuk tries to go around Ben Shepherd. Pass it to Lowry. Lowry with a three. That's nothing but rim. And then a rebound by Johnny Furphy. And Johnny, you know what? Johnny Furphy. Johnny Furphy's a big dude. I don't know why I thought Johnny Furphy was like shorter. Johnny Furphy was 6'8". Johnny Furphy's a big dude. Good to see he's at least getting an opportunity, Johnny Furphy. All right, he misses with the first free throw, Johnny Furphy. All right, we got a couple of changes now. Kyle Filipowski coming back into the game. Looks like is that Lowry? Lowry looks like he's probably going to be coming out. I think Ace Bailey's still in there. So we got Filipowski, Ace, Cody, Isaiah, and that could be Svi Mykhailiuk is the lineup that we got in there. Oh, nice little play there by Ace Bailey. Jazz up by 4 right now, 50-46. And we got exactly 5 minutes to go in this game. It's a three that time by Furphy. That's a miss. Isaiah Collier right there. He's backing down Shepherd. That's what we want from our point guards. Fade away. That one there's a miss by Isaiah. And Isaiah quick. Jarris Walker right there. No, sorry. That's not Jarris Walker. See, yeah, Jarris Walker must have had a new hairdo. That's Isaiah Jackson. Yeah, Isaiah Jackson there. All right. Isaiah then goes round. Look at it, setting things up for Cody. That's got to be a foul. Yeah, I think they're going to call it. That time, Taylor Peter right now. Ace Bailey with a three. That's nothing but air on that one. That's not good by Ace. All right, still going to be Pacers ball. We got 4 minutes left. Ben Shepherd there to Cam Jones. Taylor Peter there, back to Jones. To Isaiah Jackson. Ben Shepherd there gets it. Oh, little physical there with Filipowski. Jazz right there playing that zone defense. Fade away by Ben Shepherd. That's a miss. Cody there gets the rebound. Nice little defensive play there by the Jazz. Like, I can see what they're trying to do. Most of the time, I can't tell. Not going to lie. I can't tell what the Jazz are trying to do there defensively. Isaiah Collier with an open three. That's a miss. And Isaiah Jackson there gets the ball. Johnny Furphy. He's then going to pass it to Ben Shepherd. Svi Mykhailiuk right there trying to set a screen. Filipowski trying to get in the way. Isaiah Jackson has it now. He gets a fadeaway. Game is all level now, 50-50. 50-50. And we got 3 minutes left. All right, Filipowski there trying to get that shot. That doesn't go well for him. Man, you know what? Filipowski's definitely got to like work on his shot. So far this season, hasn't gone down great offensively for him. I get the reason why. You know, he's been asked to do a job that this just not for him. Isaiah is just like a bull. Like, holy crap. I mean, he just barrels his way down. And it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's another guard or forward, like he's defend all of them. Fade away by Peters. Peters doesn't do well on that one. He's got to improve on that. He gets himself in great positions, but actually like getting the ball into the basket, like is struggling quite a bit for that. You know, he's a rook, so you know, give him some time. He will get better, but at least he gets himself in good positions. But so far, I like what I see from the young Pacers. But I do very much like what I see from the Jazz, and it looks like the Jazz might go along and get the win on this one, which is pretty nice. All right, we had another break now. I won't quite go and go on a break. What I will do though is we're gonna go and take a go on Twitter. We're gonna go on Twitter. And we're gonna take a look at this. Okay. I gotta share my Twitter page now, so we could take a look at things. Give me one sec. And then we could talk about some of the stuff that people are saying on Twitter. All right. Here we go. So hold on. First of all, I
I
gotta
think
play
we've got a lot of
Will
promise
Hardy,
towards
right?
the future. Because of that, I think our team and our organization has been very clear in its desire to develop our team, and I think that's being executed. I think we've got a lot of.
I don't know whether that comment was in regards to the trade, but that is pretty. That's a pretty good statement for when you're talking about this trade. You know, like we know where the Jazz want to be going forward. You know, like I think all of us fans know where the Jazz want to be. Um, and we want to be out here trying to compete. You know, like you can't guarantee anything. You can't guarantee a championship, but what we can at least guarantee is that we go out every night and we go out there and try to win games. And we need to have a team to be able to do that. And in order to do that, like we need to have the right personnel to be able to go out and do that. And I think that's where it's kind of come. Like I again, like I keep saying this, like I feel sorry for Walter Clayton Jr. in particularly because he's a rookie out of all of this getting traded. I don't think he did anything wrong. Um, doesn't feel like he got enough time to be able to showcase what he could do. However, I do understand that the Jazz had already kind of figured out what they had. And you had what do you call Keontae George right there taking it up another level. Isaiah Collier took it up another level. Um, they didn't really need another like third point guard, even though I think that Walt could play the two guard as well. But it got to a point where it was just like, oh, like he's no longer needed. But I wish Walter Clayton the best, man. I think still think that there's a player there. I think Memphis has got a really good young player in Walter Clayton Jr. And yeah, I think the Memphis Grizzlies fans should be happy that they got Walt. Long term, I do think that he'll be there. So it's going to be him and Scottie Pippen Jr. that's going to be there, and you know, obviously, news alert: Ja Morant will get traded. Like, I'm sorry, Ja's getting traded. Now, who they get Ja, where Ja's going to go, is going to be something else. You know, maybe he goes to like the Heat. Heat might be one, but yeah, Ja Morant's definitely getting traded for sure. Nevertheless, game is back, and we got about almost 95 seconds left in this second quarter. Larry Marketing takes the three, but misses. What's his name? Isaiah Jackson gets the rebound, and I think he puts it out off of him. Oh, never mind. No, he doesn't. Still good now. So now it's Pacers ball. Cam Jones brings the ball up now. He's somebody that I thought the Jazz might be interested in drafting before Walter Clayton, only just because he's a 6'6" guard that can pass and shoot. He's a big guard, and that's something there that you want. All right, we got Jarris Walker right there going to the line. Cody Williams doing pretty well in that play. Stops Walker from getting the layup. Those long arms of Cody really coming to help, and it looks like he did make a good foul because Jarris Walker misses the first one. And Walker about to take a second one. He's got 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists so far this game. Not bad. All right, Filipowski there with the inbound pass there to Isaiah, and Isaiah's going to bring it up with these last 65 seconds left in the first quarter. All right, Bryce is in the game. Filipowski gets it. Filipowski right there. Oh, with a spin move, Filipowski. Nice one there, Filipowski. That spin move working really well with him on that play. Who's that for the Pacers there? Quentin Jackson. I remember him too. Jarris Walker there gets a nice little floater there. We got 36 seconds left in this. And Isaiah Collier right there. He goes up for the miss. Filipowski's got to do better on that one. Like, even though Isaiah Jackson had the ball, like, grab it. Go up for a jump ball. Do what you need to do. No second chance opportunities. Quentin Jackson now with the ball now. Quentin. All right. Jackson gets fouled by Cody. He's going to go to the line to shoot too. Jazz got about 9 seconds left in the second quarter. This game's flying by. I mean, probably due to lots of talk about the trade. I mean, both. He gets fouled by Isaiah Collier and Cody Williams in that play. All right. Filipowski out there. All right. That's going to be a foul on Isaiah with 6 seconds left. Cam Jones is the one doing it. Because I missed the first quarter, it's hard for me to kind of really assess, and that's probably why I'm not going to do like the halftime kind of overview and breakdown because I just haven't taken a look enough, watched the game enough. Yeah, I gotta wait for the second quarter for me to get a better idea on how this game is really gone. I've watched too much looking at Jaren Jackson and on Twitter and how all that's going on. All right, I'm gonna take a break. It's halftime, and yeah, I'm gonna go take a look at a few things, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, let us go. We are in the third quarter now. We got 12, we got 11 and a half minutes now. Jazz there with a three. That's a missed three by Isaiah Collier. I hope everybody had a good break. I sure did. Had some dinner. Tried to look at some more Jazz news. Still, the excitement continues. That's another missed three, that time by the Pacers. Jazz Walker there with a three. That is a miss. Oh, come on, Jazz. You got to do a better job. Jay Huff there with a three. That's a three on that one. All right, Ace Bailey out here. Ace Bailey to Larry Marketing. Larry there gets fouled there, unfortunately. Larry's going to go to the line to shoot two. Well, he makes the first one, which I think, we all knew that was going to happen. Like, Larry's pretty good. I think Larry's about like 80, 82, 83% from three. Sorry, from free throw line. He's got 11 points there so far, Larry Marketing. Right now, Ace Bailey is leading the score line. I think that free throw might have taken Lowry over as the leading scorer. Yes, it did. Lowry there with 12, Ace with 11, Svi Mihailuk with 10. All right, some good ball movement there by the Pacers. They get a floater there. Nice pass and move. Assist there by J Huff on Jarris Walker. Jazz there with the ball. Isaiah Collier there trying to set things up right now. Isaiah trying to set things up for Ace Bailey. They say the ball comes off of Indiana like that. I'm surprised that. It did look like it came off Ace. All right, Isaiah Collier right there. Zay there to Flip. Flip there with a nice little dunk. Like the little dominant show there by Flip. I expect to see something more from Filipowski this game. Filipowski there, he's got 8 points. Wow, 13 rebounds for Kyle Filipowski, 4 assists, 1 steal. I mean, today he's really going to fill up the stat sheet. He's going to end up with a double-double in this game, Kyle Filipowski. That's a 3-ball there by Ace Bailey. Yeah. All right, Cam Jones right there. Passes it to Johnny Furphy. Another 3-ball there by Jarris Walker. Walker hits the 3. Pacers with a 4-point lead right now, with a little over 9 minutes left in the third quarter. And when you think about how this game has gone, like Jazz lost the first, won the second. Right now, we're losing the third. Cody Williams right there getting a bucket on that last play. Cam Jones right here, point guard right there dancing. There we go. Filipowski there with a block. That's going to do well for the stat sheet. That's too easy. That's too easy. That's what I mean. Just like, that's really bad defense there. Like, they're just not picking up defensive assignments. Filipowski there with a 3. Of Kyle Filipowski coming up. Like, now, he's allowed to do a bit more. He's guarding J Huff, and then, he's also guarding Jarris Walker there, who's playing the 4. Yeah, that's too easy. That's too easy, man. Like Filipowski's tied up with Jay Huff, and there's no one out there guarding Jarvis Walker on that play. All right, Jarvis Walker there. The first free throw does make that. Jazz down by 3 right now. Courtesy of Filipowski there dropping a 3. All right, Larry Malkin in there. He's going to back down Furphy, get one over on him. Nice little hook shot over him, like within like 5 feet. Jazz down by 1 with that play there. Ben Shepherd in the game. I didn't even notice him. All right, Jarvis Walker there. Cody, right? That's a you know you have to do better, guys. Under the basket, Furphy there gets a layup, but literally he's right under the basket, and you got like 2 other Jazz players near him. I think Cody was closest, but I'm expecting more. It'll be better when Jaren's here. It'll be better when JJJ is here. That's all I'm saying. All right, Jay Huff there with the ball now. Pass to Cam Jones. Cam Jones, I thought he was smelling a 3. Shepard with a 3. That's a miss. Lowry gets the rebound. And then Isaiah Collier is going to reset. Isaiah's making him dance right now. Sets up Lowry there with a 3. Jazz are really making it rain right now. They are making it rain. Jazz up by 2 right now, 75-73. Let's get the win. Today has been a win for the Jazz. Oh, that's a 3 there by the Pacers. That is courtesy of Johnny Furphy. All right, Furphy's right there guarding Isaiah Collier. Cam Jones ain't got nothing on Lowry. No, he don't. Lowry just barrels his way down, gets one right when they're over him. Jazz take the lead again. This time they're up by 1, courtesy of that Johnny Furphy 3. Jay Huffer there with the ball. Passes it to Walker. Walker, he's got Filipowski in his eyes. What a block there by Ace Bailey. Look at the Jazz Walker right there, trying to pass it deep in there by Huff. But Ace Bailey and his raw athleticism just gets in there, jumps up high with a block. Ace Bailey's another one. Boy, I can't wait to see Ace Bailey really get a hand because he's going to be dangerous. His athleticism, he's just going to be capable of just doing so much. So much. And now you're putting him in there with Jaren Jackson. Oh, man. Next season, the Jazz are going to be a joy to watch. Because all we're going to have to do is just go there and just watch the Jazz play. Like, literally, we don't have to do nothing special. We just have to go there, watch the Jazz play, and, like, we'll be fine. That's it. What is this? All right. They're doing a little halftime show, one that I don't really care for. I can't believe this. They're still doing this. Like, I couldn't care less about like the people that are in there. Can we hear some more JJJ news? That's like, hold on, let me see what Twitter's saying. All right, let me see what's going on here. I'm just on Twitter trying to see like what the Twitter world is saying. So hear this, right? The host of Hoops Tonight says, says this is an incredible fun trade. I quote, I'm buying a lot of Keontae George stock these days, and I think Danny Ainge making a bet on him is smart. The fit will be complicated, and there may be more trades on the way, but this is super, super interesting. Well, Jason Timpf, I could tell you that, at least according to Tony Jones, there's more trades coming. There's more trades coming. Ben Anderson right there, he talks about a little bit more about it. Talks about the Utah Jazz still have control of 7 future first round draft picks through 2032, including all their own from 2028 to 2032. Nice. That's not bad. You know, that'll put them in a position where they will kind of know more about some of the kind of fringe players. You know more about Cody, more about Flip, um, more about Bryce. Um, you know, if something happens to Keontae, you know, I think this Keontae to stay, but you never know if things don't quite turn out that way. The Jazz have the Jazz have something there, you know, where they could do some things. Sheldon Wallman from Utility Sports grades the trade. Memphis Grizzlies gets an A plus 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 plus. Says absolute huge winners here for Memphis. I hated the extension the Grizzlies gave Jaren Jackson this this past off season. Now turns out they won't even be able to pay a dime to that money. You know what? I should go and share this with you guys instead. Let me share this with you guys. Because there's no I could read it. I could read it to you guys, but like it's probably better if I do it like this. And then I'll get back to the game. So this is what Sheldon Wallman from Utility Sports says. So now it turns out they won't even pay him a dime off of that money. He's a very good player, but at the cap hit number long term, and his skill set can't rebound as a 4, like very touch reliant, not a true 5. Well, he's not a 5, he's a 4. That's fine. We got guys that could rebound, and he can learn how to rebound. You know, he's still young, still could be done. Like, you know, he's not an old dog. You know, so he can learn new tricks. That's my comment on that. I love the Grizzlies getting Walter Clayton Jr. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Walt. I definitely think that there's something there with Walt. Taylor Hendricks in this deal. These 2 young guys are awesome. I don't mind giving Taylor Hendricks away, to be really fair. Um, the picks Utah Jazz are trading their most favorable 2027 first round draft pick, Cleveland, Minnesota, Utah. That's going to be interesting. Like Cleveland, Minnesota, Utah. That's it's definitely going to be a lottery pick then, because I think Cleveland are going for broke. Cleveland are paying the most out of all the teams, and they're the ones where like they have an expensive team right now. At some point, they're gonna have to start giving things up, and I think this is their last go around. If it's true that that they're bringing in James Harden there to Cleveland, like they're going for broke this season, and then yeah. So he gives Utah Jazz a C plus, a B minus. He then goes on to say, I don't love JJJ as a player, especially as it's a cap hit, but the Jazz get a big forward who can protect the rim. That is something that we need. Score. That is something that we need. Handles. That is something that we need. Locked under contract for a long time. They have significant team control and are now huge across the board. Lineups of Philip Pusky, Markkinen, JJJ, and or Kessler, assuming he stays, moves me size wins. The Jazz got a lot better, but a huge opportunity cost. I disagree. An opportunity is always going to cost you because you got to pay to play. So that's what we did. We paid to get top guy in that can play defense and do a whole bunch of little things. This is a significant upgrade to their team, as is that's why that's why it's not a loss. The issue is they traded Gobert and Mitchell to not be mediocre or just okay in the playoffs anymore, and I'm concerned this deal's locked them back into that same positioning. Jazz fans, Grizzlies fans, let me know your thoughts. Well, I definitely say that I think that we're better than the Rudy Gobert Mitchell. If as long as JJJ stays healthy, I like this team's better. You got Kessler. Like, did you forget we have Lowry? Like, Lowry's a baller. And is an absolute baller. You got JJJ there. Lowry's going to play the three. Ace Bailey, and like maybe he hasn't seen a lot of Ace, but Ace will come good. Like, I can guarantee you that. Ace will come good. Ace is going to be fine. And then you got what's his face, Keontae George. Now the question is going to come, like, can we balance our offense and defense, and what do we have coming up off the bench? Point guard position, like, I think we're fine. That two guard position is going to be interesting. Yeah, because you're going to have to do something there. The two and the three, I think we might have some issues with. And then you got Filipowski at the 4 and Yusuf Nurkic like at the 5. Cody, I look as like a specialist until for me he like I guess you could put him at the two guard position, but you really want someone that can give you a balanced game between offense and defense. But yeah, that's my thoughts on like what's going on in Twitter world for that. Victim of Fate says, "Good game." Yeah, so far, listen, the game is doing good. Like, apart from the last couple of minutes that I've been talking there, I'm liking how the game has been going. That's a 3 there by Bryce Sensabaugh. Yeah, and honestly, Victim of Fate, it looks like the Jazz are going to get a win in this one. And I think this is good. When you think about what the current situation is, and I do think that the Jazz are very strategic in the way how they do things with certain lineups. Like, after we lost against your Hornets, the first game that we had after that was against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And you know what they did? They played their best lineup. And their best lineup was Keontae at the 1, um, Ace Bailey at the 2, Svi Mihailuk at the 3, Larry Markkinen at the 4, and Yusuf Nurkic at the 5. And we looked so smooth. Like, we were very good in that game. Now, we haven't seen a lineup like that yet because they was like, well, after getting embarrassed by the Hornets, well, we gave something to the fans. We gave them a win. But I think we're gonna win this game. Like, you got C Mihailuk there, like he just dropped like a couple there. Like, I think the Jazz are gonna be fine. Like, this Pacers lineup, just like they just don't have enough, in my opinion, in order to be able to do anything with the Jazz. Like, I like Jarris Walker. I like Johnny Furphy there. Like, he's doing a couple things, but for the most part, like, this Pacers team just isn't, like, they're not good enough to beat the Jazz. No, no way. No way right now. But right now, literally, we got a minute 48 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Jazz are up by 6, 91-85. Uh, uh, what are they showing me on the TV, man? What the hell is this crap? They're throwing balls in the air. I think they've got now the the WNBA like Indiana team throwing balls. Well, they gotta do something right now because I heard that they're in a lockout and they're still in a lockout. Like they're looking for more money. They're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it. Sorry, girls. All right. No way. He actually got traded to Cleveland. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Things ain't looking good. Things ain't looking good. For the Cavs, right? This is how this is going to be break or make there for the Cavs. Cavs are going for it this year. Next year, ugh, that's where the draft pick might actually be pretty good for the Grizzlies. Because I think the Cavs are going for broke. I think they're going for broken knees, and they got an expensive team. I could completely understand it. I mean, who did they trade for? The Cleveland Cavaliers. That's why. That's why I gotta see. Um, hold on. Let me find this out because has Twitter revealed this? James Harden. Wow. All right, hold on. Before I even get back onto the game, I gotta share this. I gotta share this. This like we are doing this in real time. I feel sorry for this game because it's like I don't even care. This is it right here. By Shams. This is a major key alert. Shams says breaking news. Los Angeles Clippers are trading James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland and a second round pick, sources tell ESPN. Prolific swap of point guards. Wow. Wow. That's wild. That is wild. Like it's happening. Victim of Fate says, I guess you're trying to put like an emoji, but oh man, like I face blues. Oh man, like what the hell? James Harden gone. You know what? I kind of feel sorry for James Harden because you know what? Like he's in a way kind of like KD. Like he's been at a lot of these places chasing a ring, um, looking for teams to kind of accommodate him and what he wants, and they have been doing that. And unfortunately, like things just haven't quite worked out for him. I feel for James Harden because James Harden is like one of the legends in this game. You know, like wow, that's crazy. I mean, we all heard the rumors about like I heard the rumor about it this morning, but I just didn't think like anything was gonna happen. Wow. So Harden's gonna be in the East, and you know, I mean, James Harden in that team, like they're going for it this year, the Cleveland Cavaliers, because I think next season they're gonna make some changes. Like after the playoffs, like from the summer onwards, after the draft, I think that they're gonna make some changes. I think that's they're going for it. Well, the Cavs, I mean, I'm gonna watch as much kind of playoff basketball, and I'll stream as much of the playoff basketball as I possibly can this season. But yeah, this is very very interesting. D-Rom says feels like a mistake. In what way? Why do you think it feels like a mistake? I mean, because like the Clippers, they're going to get younger, which is good for them because they already have one of the oldest teams in the NBA. So what? Darius Garland's what 25? You know they're trading like a 35-year-old for a 25-year-old, and they kind of have to because if they don't, then like Donovan Mitchell, not next season, but the season after that, I think is going to be a restricted free agent. So you also kind of got to keep that in mind too. Like it's wild, very wild. But that's it. James Harden is a Cav. Garland is a Clipper. What can you do? Nice one there, but nevertheless, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna rehydrate, and then we could talk some more trade stuff. I'll probably be looking to see if there's any more trade stuff going on. You know, I'll never forget Tony Jones did say it might not be over for the Jazz in terms of trades. So, like over the next 48 hours is going to be pretty interesting. Just never know. Like Kevin Love isn't there. I see Yusuf Nurkic is on the bench, but Kevin Love isn't there. Maybe he might be the one to go. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, we are back. We're in the fourth quarter now. We're at the tail end of stuff. And it's kind of unfortunate that, we're in a game where like two sides are, they really want to lose. And I don't know what's going on right now. It does look like the Pacers are trying to make a comeback. Jazz are only up by 3, 96-93 right now, with 11 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. And both of them are begging to lose again. Svi Mihailuk right there drops another 3. Like, he dropped another 3 there near the end of the third. Like, again, Svi Mihailuk, like, that's one guy, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Like, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose Svi Mihailuk. Like, I'm looking at this game right now. Svi Mihailuk, he's played 20 minutes. He has 18 points, 3 rebounds, no assists, and 1 steal. Svi Mihailuk, statistically, is the best player the Jazz have right now. Knows how to play the game, plays defense, and knock down shots when need be. What more can you ask for from a player? Okay. The Jazz want to lose games, right? So, like, Svi Mihailuk is coming off. He's going to be on the bench. Bryce is coming on now. Bryce sends the bar right now. As a matter of fact, not too bad for Bryce. Bryce has 14 points in 19 minutes. He has 1 rebound and 5 assists. So not bad from Bryce. Svi Mihailuk probably looks crazy efficient. 7 out of 9 from the field, 4 out of 6 from 3. Real good performance from him. Unfortunately, Bryce might have to take away some compliments from him. He gives up a shot. I think that's by Isaiah Jackson. No, sorry, that's by Ethan Thompson. He gets the 3 and gets to the line to shoot 1 for the 4-point play. And he's gone and shot for the 4-point play. We do got 10 minutes left in this game, though. But, we are really on trade watch right now. If you didn't know, James Harden has just been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I had this great chat right here, be able to clue me in on that. I did not think that would also happen. D-Rom also goes on to say Harden is great, but he's getting up there in age. I know, but like, listen, Harden could still give you like 20 to 25 a night. Now, that's a drop compared to a guy that could give you 30 to 35 a night. I agree with that. He wants a big contract, so he might leave. He has a player option in 26, 27. Yeah, I did hear that today. I heard that he was looking for an extension and the Clippers weren't trying to have any of it. And that's why, like, he wanted to leave. And listen, he's going to go to the East, to where the Cavs are, where with him being there, with his experience, like, he has a great chance to actually make it to an NBA Finals. Like, I truly do believe that. Now, I think the East is way weaker, which is exactly why I just don't like care what they do, to be fair. And I think there's going to be a lot of better games in the West. Like, just like facts, hands down. But James Harden, I think, is going to be able to help that team along with Donovan Mitchell to be able to get to an NBA Finals. D-Rom also goes on to say everyone on the Jazz is playing well. Yep, I think so too. Like, Filipowski's got a double-double right now. Svi Mihailuk has 18 points in 20 minutes and 5 rebounds and 1 steal. Like, he's been like stupidly efficient, like really efficient. Like at the start of the stream, we talked about more trades, and I know D-Rom was like, you were talking about which guys are not there because they're probably the ones that are going to get traded. And that's what it is. And right now, the Jazz have a thin lineup because we're waiting on Lockdale and Vince Williams to come, so like they can fill up our bench a bit. I think most of them their deals run out at the end of the season, from what I understand. But you never know. Like somebody might come in and impress, and then it's just like, whoa, like like maybe we should give him a chance for another year. Like look at Yusuf Nurkic, because Nurkic, I don't think anybody thought that Yusuf Nurkic was going to be this valuable to the Utah Jazz right now, but they've found a way to get the best out of someone, which just shows the signs of just really good coaching and just going out there and believing in players that you have, and that's what Will Hardy's doing. So, like I know Jock Landale, I know he shoots the three pretty well. Um, out of everything that I've been doing, like I haven't even bothered to take a look at the players that we're receiving because I've just been so excited about Jaren Jackson. Um, give me a sec. Hold on. What's going on with my damn internet connection? I gotta fix this. Give me one sec, guys. Okay. Pacers are up by 6 from what I see here. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go. The Jazz right there, it looks it yeah. So just finishing off with your comment there, D-Rom. Yeah, Jazz are playing pretty well. Who else have we got? See Mihailuk doing pretty well. Ace Bailey, he's got 14. Nice one there for Ace. He's got a plus 10 plus minus. He's been good overall in this game. Like he's been defensively solid, helped us out on defense. Offensively, yeah, it's Ace Bailey. Isaiah Col Whoa, whoa. I just noticed something, guys. I need you to take a look at this. D-Rom, this is what I mean when I that I say I think Jazz are playing really well. Isaiah Collier, 15 points, 17 assists. Oh my god. Oh my god. 15 points, 17 assists. Isaiah Collier might wind up with a 2020. He might wind up with a 2020 stat line. I don't think he has enough to get a triple double. But 42 minutes, 15 points, and 17 assists. Not bad at all. He's got 3 fouls, so that's never good. But he's been doing a lot there, Isaiah Collier. Filipowski there, 29 minutes. He's got 14 points during that time. Like, not bad. About 50% from the field. That's good. 50% from three, 50% from free throws. Third, just great. 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Like I said, filling up the stat sheet. Fill it up. Larry Markin in there. He's got 27 points in his 27 minutes. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Cody Williams there. Yeah, he's got a nice little 10 there. He's got 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Surprised he hasn't had a block yet, Cody. I'm sure he had a block. Yeah. Jazz playing pretty good overall. As you can see, Yusuf Nurkic hasn't played a single minute of this game. We are still waiting on, the guys to come in. So who are the guys that are coming in? John Conchar, Jock Landale, and Vince Williams Jr. So from the last time we faced the Grizzlies, like Jock Landale was pretty good. Like he shoots the three ball pretty well. John Conchar, I don't think I was a fan at, and Vince Williams Jr. Um, he might be a good defensive player, Vince Williams Jr. Yeah, now they're actually showing it on TV. 15 points, 17 assists. This is the most amount of they're saying the most amount of assists that a Jazz player has had since Darren Williams. That is crazy, man. I think it's time for him to stat pad. Like go for the 2020. Like go for the 2020. Yeah. Get the 20 points, 20 assists. And he's back in this game. He's going to play the full 48. Now that is something you don't see very much of in the NBA. Is players that go out and play the full 48 minutes. Look at that one. Oh, I thought Isaiah Collier was going to get another assist there. Ends up being a block on Ace Bailey. That time on Jay Huff for the Pacers. And Ace Bailey's going to go to the line. Now, I got to say that, like, Ace Bailey isn't a good free throw shooter. And that's where he just has to kind of practice. All right, Ace Bailey misses the first one. The fans are going crazy because they want that chicken. They ain't getting no chicken tonight. None. Ace Bailey makes the second one, by the way. Nice little defense there by Ace Bailey. Cam Jones out there to Taylor Peters. Cam Jones back to Peters. Peters with a three. Peters hits a three. Sorry, Peter hits a three. Taylor Peter hits a three. Bryce with a three. Bryce hits a three. It is threes galore right now. All right, you know what? I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing the scores now. That's not. But like, listen, the Jazz are doing well here. Like, these are great stats. For the Jazz, you cannot get away from the fact that the Jazz are playing really well, and guys like Isaiah Collier are just phenomenal. Look, 20 assists by Isaiah Collier there. 20 assists, 15 points. Like, who doesn't want that? Now, I'd really like him to go for a 2020, but yeah, it is what it is. Let me stop sharing. Yeah, so Isaiah hits 20 assists. First time since Stockton. Nice one there for Isaiah. Really deserves it. Now, if he could just score another bucket, another couple of buckets, there he get to 2020. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we'll go out and enjoy the last 5 minutes of this game. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So here's an interesting stat. Isaiah Collier is the most recent, is only the fourth Jazz player to get 20 assists in a game. He joins the likes of Ricky Rubio. Look, fourth Jazz player ever to have 20 plus assists in a game. Absolutely fantastic. As a matter of fact, I've really slacked off on my sound effects this game. So, shout out to Isaiah Collier. Isaiah Collier deserves nothing but praise. He's on 15 points and 20 assists right now. And Isaiah Collier right there gets another assist. They're setting up Cody. Jazz are going to win this game. Looks like they're up by 10 right now with just under 4 minutes to go. All right, Cam Jones there with the ball for the Pacers. Filipowski back into the game. Good to see him. Another 3-point shot there by the Pacers. Filipowski with another rebound. And Isaiah Collier there's got the ball. Cam Jones is on him. Isaiah is significantly bigger than Cam. That's another miss there by Bryce Sensabaugh with the 3. I don't think Isaiah's going to go for any more points. I think he's just going to be like, screw it. Like, I got my 20 assists. I made history. Nice block there by Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey again filling up the stat sheet with that block. Isaiah. Oh, Isaiah's going to go to the line. Looks like he gets fouled. You can see the tiredness from Isaiah playing every single minute of this game. No more Walt to suck up the guard spot positions. Oh, it's probably too early, man. Too early, man. Shout out to Walter Clayton Jr. We love you, man. We will miss you, Walter Clayton Jr., for sure. All right, Isaiah hits that first shot there. He's at 16 points, 21 assists, 2 steals, and 4 rebounds. Like, holy crap. Oof. This is from our backup point guard, guys. Let me just make this perfectly clear. We got a couple of comments there. Looks like I missed. Victim of Fate says Larry and JJJ are going to cook. I was like, yep. Damn. Is that a league high this season? Probably. I haven't heard of anybody, like, normally it would be like a Trae Young that would be kind of getting those type of numbers, maybe even Jokic, but like he's on 21 assists now, Isaiah Collier. And I know everybody's going to talk about the fact that look who you're going up against, because this is basically you're going up against an NBA bench with some G League players. Like this is what it is. So but hey, you could only beat what's in front of you. Which is what I've always said. D-Rum says John Stockton stats for Isaiah. Facts. This is what Isaiah's doing right now. This was a typical John Stockton game. Like, John Stockton would give you 15 a night and 20 assists and was playing like 40 minutes. So yeah. D-Rum, don't scare me, man. Don't scare me with these comments. Stay focused because there's only 5 minutes left. Yeah, I hear you, but still, we got just under 2 minutes left. Jazz are up by 10. I don't think that we can mess. Well, I mean, we can always mess it up, but hopefully we don't mess it up. Like, it's been a great day. We get Jaren Jackson Jr. and then we get the win. Let's show him that we can win. Because we're not going to get a lot of wins. He's going to have to learn how to ride the bench. He's going to play like. I think you might only get about 3 games this season where you might actually see Keontae, Lowry, and Jaren Jackson on the court at the same time. Like, it is not happening. They are not playing together until next season. Not like that. Yeah, Victor LaFace says, GG, we got this. Yeah, Bailey with 3 blocks. Yeah, no, he's been great. Rebounds, blocks. Well, I think he's had a steal as well. Like the whole stat board. Like Ace Bailey's been there. Filipowski, he's got one as well. Like he's on a double-double. Filipowski, I think he's got 15 points and like 20 rebounds or something like that. Filipowski. Sorry, 16 rebounds and 14 points. Kyle Filipowski. So he's doing well. He really don't want to be traded. Thing is, you laugh, but to be fair, this should be a reminder for all these guys here. You better play, or else you can get traded. Fact, this real talk, like real talk. So play, show what you could do. Like someone like Isaiah, like you get rid of Walt. Show them that hey, you give him minutes and he performs like this. You get John Stockton that numbers. And having Isaiah gives the Jazz flexibility. So yeah, I think this is great. Lowry hit his points per average and took. Yep. Yeah. He's just like, yep. No, hit my points per game average, and that's it. 27. I'm out. He's like, yep. 27 points in 27 minutes. Lowry's there on the bench, like chilling out. He's good. All right, Jazz up by 9, 129 to 120. It's not quite over, but like we're close. We're close. The Jazz probably need another bucket. Like Isaiah's gonna, as long as he does a professional job and tries to take his time, no need to rush anything. No need to rush anything. Like the Jazz will win this. But if the Pacers come back and drop like 3 threes, then that's it. But I think this is it because the Jazz are going to go to the line right now. Filipowski's going to take a couple free throws. Filipowski there gets one of them in. That puts him at 15 points with 16 rebounds. And I still think he's got like 5 assists, Filipowski. Yeah, Filipowski there with 16 and 16. He's still got 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and 1 block. Guys just got to take their time. Guys just got to take their time. By the Jazz, Quentin Jackson there with the ball now. Look at it. They're surrounded. Look at it. Another 3-point. Oh, now Filipowski right there trying to go for the athletic layup. But hey, that's fine, Flip. More time. We got 21 seconds. I think the game is over. Jazz are up by 9 right now. So, like, it's impossible. Maybe not impossible, but it's very, very, very unlikely that the Pacers are going to score 9 points in 20 seconds. He likes that number 27. I agree. He loves it. Loves that number 27. He's there cooling out on the bench next to Keontae George. Oh, it's a steal there by Isaiah. And Isaiah is just going to run it out. Jazz are going to win by 9. And they finally get a win. It's been a while. This feels good. It's good to get a win. Today has been a win. Jaren Jackson. Jazz get a win over the Pacers. The Pacers, unfortunately, are one of the worst teams in the league. But hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But listen, guys, I'm gonna keep it real brief. Just want to say thank you all very much for joining the stream. I know it hasn't been our kind of regular stream because it's really been about the trades with everything that's going on. But at the same time, like, yeah, like we haven't really been focusing on the game, man. It's really just gone out there and just talking about the trade, talking some basketball, and it just so happens that there was a game on. So we're gonna leave it at that. So thank you very much, D-Rom. Thank you very much, Victim of Fate, again for joining the stream right now. Once again, you both have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Wandering Wizard. I know you came in there just to show face now. I know it's pretty late on the other side of the world right now, but that's absolutely fine. I'm holding down the fort for you. And yeah, we'll see you next time, which it should have been on Thursday. You should have seen me. However, you're not going to see me Thursday because I got a few personal stuff I need to deal with, and I won't be able to do a stream on Thursday. I thought about maybe doing the first off because the game on Thursday starts at 6, and I need to be gone by like 7:30. But really and truly, it's going to be too much of an issue from work. So yeah, there'll be no stream on Thursday, but I'm thinking about doing one Friday. If not, you'll definitely see me on Saturday stream. Um, Victim Fate says, "Do you think JJJ wanted to be traded to the Jazz?" No, no, I don't. I don't think that he wanted to be traded to the Jazz, and I think that's why it's such a big deal for the Jazz to get him. Because I think in any normal circumstance, there's no way the Jazz can convince him to come to the Jazz. It just isn't. Like that's actually been one of the biggest problems with the Jazz. It's convincing players to come to Utah because players are not choosing to come to Utah initially. And now they got 5 years. Like he just signed his deal, so he's got a 5 year deal. And I think I heard that his last year is a player option, so it's really up to him. So technically, they've got through like 4 years before and maybe 3 years before they really kind of need to think about what they might do if they at least try to convince him, hey, this is where you want to be. And so they're going to have to go out there and try to impress him because if you're talking about who's the face of this team now, it's going to be Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, there's going to be a lot of accommodating for him. And I think that they're going to have to do what they need to do. But this is great. Great for the Jazz. I don't think anybody really thought he would get traded. I did hear on our Gills Arena, like in the summer when he did sign the deal, Gilbert Arenas and the rest of the Gills Arena crew, they talked about most likely they're gonna have to trade him because it doesn't leave them a lot of room to be able to do stuff with. The Memphis team just like they just don't have enough pieces. So like they were the only ones that said that. But apart from that, there's been nothing from the start of the season. Everybody's just been like, he's their guy, and but it looks like the Gills Arena crew was correct, and they ended up trading him. Oh, it's 6:10 there. Oh, for me, it's 8:10 right now. Here in Saskatchewan. So I'm like in the middle of Canada. Or I guess it'd also be the middle of the US. So I'm just above like North Dakota. So here it's somewhat late. Somewhat late. But no problem, victim of fate. You take care and see you on either Friday or Saturday. D-Rom there as well. I'll also see you on Friday or Saturday as well. If I do one Friday, you will see you like like I did with this stream. I'll just schedule one. If not, I'll definitely be scheduling one for Saturday. So I'll see you guys soon.